Donald Trump fires ominous w.arning to North Korea on Asia tour. We will never yield. The U.S. president began a 12-day trip to Asia on Sunday by telling reporters on Air Force One that Pyongyang would figure prominently in discussions during the visit. After arriving at Yokota Air Base, just west of Tokyo, Mr. Trump told U.S. and Japanese troops, "No dictator, no regime, no nation should ever underestimate American resolve. Every once in a while, in the past, they underestimated us. It was not pleasant for them, was it?" North Korea's recent actions, including several missiles that flew over Japan and Pyongyang's sixth and largest nuclear test, have raised the stakes in the most critical international challenge of Trump's presidency. Recent drills over South Korea by two U.S. strategic bombers have further heightened tensions. Mr. Trump said, "We will never yield, never waver and never falter in defense of our freedom." He told reporters earlier on Air Force One that a decision would be made soon on whether to add reclusive North Korea to a list of state sponsors of terrorism. The president said his administration planned to take a different approach after years of what he termed total weakness. He said, "We want to get it solved. It's a big problem for our country and the world, and we want to get it solved." In an apparent attempt to distinguish between North Korea's leadership and ordinary people, he said he thought North Koreans were great people. He added, "And I hope it all works out for everybody." Japan Prime Minister Shinzo Abe told reporters before Mr. Trump's arrival that he welcomed the visit as a chance to deepen bilateral ties by building upon the friendship and trust between the two leaders, fostered by several meetings that included a round of golf in Florida earlier this year. He said, "I hope we will be able to have thorough discussions about international issues, including North Korea." Mr. Trump and Mr. Abe greeted each other with a handshake at a golf course to be used during the 2020 Olympic Games, changing clothes and heading out to play after what media said was a lunch of hamburgers. In an allusion to a Trump campaign slogan, they signed ball caps that said "Donald and Shinzo make alliance even greater." The pair discussed North Korea and trade while playing 9 holes with golfer Hideki Matsuyama, the world number 3. A senior White House official said the two leaders have developed a close bond since Trump took office in January. "Playing golf with Prime Minister Abe and Hideki Matsuyama, two wonderful people," Trump said in a tweet. Abe tweeted he played golf with a marvelous friend, President Donald J. Trump, full of spirited conversation. The two leaders, joined by their wives, were having an intimate dinner on Sunday night. Mr. Trump also said he planned to meet Russian President Vladimir Putin during his trip, the longest Asian tour by any U.S. leader since George H.W. Bush in 1992. He said, "I think it's expected that we will meet. We want Putin's help on North Korea." Mr. Trump wants a united front with the leaders of Japan and South Korea against North Korea before he visits Beijing to make the case to Chinese President Xi Jinping that he should do more to rein in Pyongyang. Trade will also feature heavily during Mr. Trump's trip as he tries to persuade Asian allies to agree to policies more favorable to the United States, a point Mr. Trump emphasized. A centerpiece of the trip will be a visit to the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in Da Nang, Vietnam, where he will deliver a speech in support of a free and open Indo-Pacific region, which is seen as offering a bulwark in response to expansionist Chinese policies. He said on Air Force One, "One of the things we're going to be very focused on is trade, because trade has not been done well for 25 years by the United States with this part of the world, with any part of the world. We're going to be discussing reciprocal trade. Fair, free but reciprocal."